somebody passed away. No knowledge. The wife knows there's a couple $100,000. She's in need. She has no debit card. Even she has debit card, she has no password. What if she goes to the bank, say, my husband passed away, I need this money? What happens? Can she do that? আপনার 401k, আপনার stock, আপনার mutual fund, আপনার treasury, bonds, social security, এগুলো সব কিছুই কিন্তু আপনি যদি কিছু না করে যান, আপনার ওয়াইফ অথবা ওয়াইফের জায়গায় হাজবেন্ড হতে পারেন, প্রথম কথা হলো তারা অনেক বড় সমস্যায় পড়ে যাবেন। We were on the property all this time, which is tangible. You can hold it, you can touch it. Another type of tangible property is the bank account, right? So let's create a scenario. Somebody passed away, somebody died, having a lot of money in the bank. The wife never actually had an access. We just talked about this. And she doesn't even know the PIN code of that card, right? And the two scenarios. One, somebody passed away. No knowledge. The wife knows there's a couple $100,000. She's in need. She has no debit card. Even she has debit card, she has no password, right? And the husband passed away. What happens in this scenario? Who gets the money? How can she recover this money? Number one. Number two, if there was a trust, how easy it would have been for her. Would she be penalized for taxes also? So there are threefold of the questions.
So it's very similar to all the other responses we had, right? Which is basically any kind of account. Let's say you have a bank account, right? And it's not a TOD account. It's not a transfer and death account.
Right.
So let's say you have just a regular account. This is a very good distinction that you were bringing up here, right? So let's say we have a regular bank account. You're not on the signature, or you're not on the signature card. You're not a joint owner on it. It would fall in just like any other asset that you're not titled with. You have to go to the surrogate's court and make an application. All right. Let's say you have securities, stocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you have
treasury, bonds.
Right, all this kind of stuff. They have to be retitled in the name of the trust to avoid the surrogate's court, right? And that's just a simple way of doing it. Now, one of the weird things that some people ask are retirement accounts.
Right, retirement account, 401ks.
Yeah, 401ks, right?
Pension accounts.
Right, pension accounts.
Yeah.
So, distinction. So you cannot retitle, I shouldn't say that. Yes, you can retitle those accounts. Yes, you can put into a trust, but you're going to get caught with violating the rules. I think it's the retirement rules. So it will be considered a transfer before 59
so
and a half.
You ended up paying a lot of taxes. Yes.
Huge amount of taxes.
Right?
There's a penalty,
okay.
right?
Right.
So that's why I say, yes, you could do it. You don't, because it's really silly. So what do? You retitle the beneficiary, right, into the name of the trust. So the beneficiary, all of these accounts, whether it's a life insurance, whether it's a securities, stock, pension, whatever the case may be, you put the beneficiary, okay, as the trust. So now you avoid the courts.
Right.
And avoid those taxes.
Right. So you answer the question. In the case of you have a trust in place, what if that person did not have the trust in place and passed away? The bank account. What happens to the bank account? The money?
It's just staying there.
The state is going to take it.
It will stay there until somebody does something.
It will stay there.
Yeah, it will stay there, right? But if nobody does anything, and she gets frustrated, she goes back to Bangladesh or something. The money will.
What if she goes to the bank, say, my husband passed away, I need this money? What happens? Can she do that?
She can, but she'll be rejected.
The bank will reject it.
Absolutely.
Because
you have to prove ownership. Any woman can come off the street and say she's the spouse. She's entitled to it. Maybe the guy, they're going to say, listen, maybe he has a will, maybe he has a trust, right? And they may say that.
So now bank is going to launch a whole lot of.
It's an investigation, right?
Sleuth of issues.
Yeah, they're going to ask you for proof, right? At the end of the day, luckily our country is still has laws, right?
Right.
Notwithstanding what you may see in the media.
I know exactly what you mean. But we still got laws. Very subtle.
For blue collar people, we have laws, right? We can't evade the law. We're not above the law, right? They're going to ask us for documentation, and that's just the way it is. And just like we were alluding to the sister earlier, if you don't do something, you're going to be in a state of, most of the times it's wife and children that are in a state of disrepair.
Of course. And that's why it is very important. দর্শক আপনারা যারা অনুষ্ঠানটি দেখছেন, আমি পুনরায় জোর দিয়ে বলবো, আমরা শুধু কিন্তু সম্পদের কথা বলছি না, আমরা শুধু ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্টের কথা বলছি না। আপনার 401k, আপনার স্টক, আপনার মিউচুয়াল ফান্ড, আপনার ট্রেজারি, বন্ডস, সোশ্যাল সিকিউরিটি, এগুলো সব কিছুই কিন্তু আপনি যদি কিছু না করে যান, আপনার ওয়াইফ অথবা ওয়াইফের জায়গায় হাজবেন্ড হতে পারেন, প্রথম কথা হলো তারা অনেক বড় সমস্যায় পড়ে যাবেন, এবং এটা পেতে হলে যে সমস্যার মধ্যে দিয়ে যেতে হবে সেটা হলো আরও বড় সমস্যা। এবং এসব করতে করতে দেখবেন, আমরা বাংলাদেশে একটি কথা বলে থাকি যে স্যান্ডেল ক্ষয় হয়ে গেছে, রাইট? সেরকম ব্যাপার আছে, পাবেন, কিন্তু ততদিনে আপনার কী পরিমাণ হতাশা হবে আপনি বুঝতে পারছেন। কাজেই ট্রাস্ট, মেক এ ট্রাস্ট, make a trust. You can go to Affar Baksh or you can go to anybody. Doesn't matter. কার কাছে যাবেন, who do you go, it's up to you. But since he's here, you can ask him a lot of questions. আমি জানি আপনাদের মনে অনেক প্রশ্ন থাকবে। It is not about death only. আপনাকে এটা জীবিত অবস্থায় করতে হবে, আপনি আগে ভাগে করতে হবে। আপনার ক্রেডিটের হাত থেকে যদি আপনার সন্তানদের বাঁচাতে চান, আপনার সম্পদ থেকে, আপনাকে করতে হবে।
It really has so many uses, right?
So many uses. So I'm just giving them few because in coming days we're going to break this down.
নিউ ইয়র্ক থেকে সম্প্রচারিত TBN 24 টেলিভিশন, বিশ্বজুড়ে বাঙালির কণ্ঠস্বর।